Hello and a warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV News Cycle live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Chidinma Jarasen. We start from the court where the Supreme Court has dismissed an application by Emeka Ihedioha of the People's Democratic Party seeking to remove Hope Uzodinma from office as Imo State Governor. The applicant had in the application argued that if the Apex Court recognized Wonsu as the candidate of the APC, there was no legal basis for its judgment, which sacked Ihedioha and declared Uzodinma, who was also sponsored by the same APC, as the valid winner of the governorship poll. The applicant, however, sought the court for a consequential order directing the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to issue a certificate of return to Ihedioha as the validly elected governor of Imo State in the 2019 elections. Still on the courts, the Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, sitting in Abuja, has ordered the government of the Republic of Benin to pay Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, a sum of 20 million CFA within 3 months for unlawful detention and violation of his fundamental human rights. The court declared that the government of the Republic of Benin must ensure that the money is paid to Adeyemo within a space of 3 months, starting from the day the judgment to that effect is delivered. In an unanimous judgment delivered by Justices Berry Bay Ouattara, Shengu M. Koroma, and Ricardo Claudio Montero conclaves, the court ordered the Francophone country to comply with its order to pay 20 million CFA to Adeyemo within 3 months and also report back to the court with the evidence of payment. Meanwhile, a federal high court in Abuja has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to identify within 90 days its officials involved in the registration of the underage during the continuous voters registration CVR exercise in polling units across the country. Justice Obiora Egwatu, in a judgment, also directed the culprit to be produced and handed over to the appropriate law enforcement agency for investigation and possible prosecution. Justice Egwatu equally made a mandatory order compelling INEC to expunge forthwith from its national voters register the names of all the underage voters from each of the polling units across the Federation, published on her website as identified and compiled by the plaintiff in Exhibit A, attached to the affidavit in support of the originating summons. The judge further made a mandatory order compelling the Commission to furnish the plaintiff with a certified true copy (CTC) of the cleaned-up National Voters Register of all the persons eligible to vote in Nigeria within 90 days. Moving on, the Senate Public Accounts Committee has launched investigation into how the Nigerian Customs Service under-remitted 62 billion naira in the revenue generated by the agency. The revelation of the under-remitters is contained in 2017 Auditor General report, which is currently being considered by the committee chaired by Senator Ahmed Wadada. However, the receipt of NTS collection and remittance into Federation account 2017 showed actual remittance into the account with the CBN for the year under review to be 629 billion naira. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Assets has vowed to recover assets belonging to the nation acquired through fraudulent processes. The committee's chairman, Ademori Kuye, stated this in Abuja at a one-day retreat organized by the panel on the theme Guardian of Public Trust, Transforming Public Assets Oversight and Legislation. Earlier in his opening remark, Kuye informed members of the committee that the task before them was to kickstart a process that would not only bring about proper documentation of national assets, but also work against financial losses in the future. And over to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has presented a 434.2 billion naira 2024 appropriation bill, Christian Budget of Economic recovery to the House of Assembly, noting that the budget is a chance for his administration to show its responsiveness to the current economic situation in the country. The governor, while presenting the budget proposal to the House, presided over by the Speaker, Adebo Ogundoyin, said his government had been proactive in responding to the hardship people face. He added that the administration had taken all necessary steps to ensure that the 2024 budget addresses the economic challenges of the coming year and also ensure that his vision of sustainable development in the state is achieved. The total capital expenditure in the proposed budget estimates stands at 222,337,320,199 naira and 85 kobo, while the total recurrent expenditure is 211,884,445,738 naira 94 kobo, with education, infrastructure and health sectors getting the lion's share of the allocation. The National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, in a campaign to raise awareness of the negative impact that violence and abuse have on women and children, hold a national conference for women with disabilities in commemoration of the 16 days of activism. Global TV's Fauzia Lukman completes this report.
In line with the 16 days of activism, the National Commission for Persons with Disability hold a national conference for women with disability with the theme Invest to Reduce Gender-Based Violence Against Women and Girls with Disability. The conference saw major stakeholders in various ministries, departments, and agencies. Speaking at the event, the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Dr. James Daniel Lalu, said that for the nation to achieve the goal of empowering women with disabilities, there is a need for proper budgetary allocation.
That empowerment is the key to setting our women free. And therefore, empowerment comes with money. Honorable Chairman, sir, when it comes with money, it is expected to be backed up with proper budgetary allocation.
During the conference, Honorable Bashir Dawodu expressed his gratitude towards the executives of the people with disabilities and emphasized the importance of collaboration. He reiterated the federal government's unwavering commitment to acting as a voice for the voiceless within the community.
It is important how the government is able to assist in this area. One of the ways the House of Representatives work is by virtue of making laws and motions. And if you have been paying attention, you see the 4 motions that are already moved about persons with disabilities. The budget of the Commission is one of the lowest in the national budget for 35 million people. We don't think that is acceptable. That's something that we definitely are going to change.
Speaking further, the Human Rights Commission representatives speak on the Commission creating an office specifically for women and children and call for more access to infrastructure and health facilities.
Due to the passion that the President Executive Secretary has for persons with disabilities and women and children, when he assumed office, he created 4 departments and 2. One of them is women and children, specifically for women and children, to deal with matters that relate to women and children. I'm looking forward to seeing toilet facilities, not just economic empowerment. Anytime I enter an institution, what comes to mind is, do they have toilet facilities that accommodate persons with disabilities?
The highlight of the conference is for women with disabilities to not be left behind. The whole world is celebrating 16 days of activism against gender-based violence against girls and women. Therefore, women and girls with disabilities should be inclusive. Fauzia Lukman, Global TV News.
Away from health, the Rivers State Police Command said it has arrested one Eyinaya Ihukurumeri, popularly known as Dr. Hagi, for allegedly killing a 20-year-old woman identified as Rachel Sampson and selling her baby. Ihukurumeri, who allegedly owns the Hagi Medical Center in Iguruta in Ikwere local government area of the state, allegedly killed Sampson during a surgery in his facility. The sister of the deceased, in an Instagram Post alleged that Dr. Hagi asked a nurse in his facility to inform the family that she died in a car accident. Meanwhile, the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Iwenge Koko, confirms Dr. Hagi has been arrested. Moving on, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calabar, UNICAL, Florence Obi, has directed that the recent hike in school charges by the institution be put on hold until further notice. The Public Relations Officer of the university, Ifyong Ayo, made this known in a statement. Ayo stated that the registrar of the university, Gabriel Igbe, had disclosed that the directive came on the heels of the protest embarked upon by students of the institution over the recent adjustment in undergraduate school charges. In a statement, the registrar said the management of the institution is a listening administration and has accordingly assured the students as critical stakeholders that appropriate arrangements have been put in place through constructive engagement with the students to resolve the matter. You're watching Global TV News Cycle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news cycle returns, Iranian President Putin meets in Russia Thursday. The news continues shortly with details of these and other stories right after this break. Please don't go away. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. And on the foreign scene, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi will visit Russia today for talks with Vladimir Putin, the Kremlin said, as the two countries strengthen economic and military ties in the face of Western sanctions. There will be Russian-Iranian negotiations on the December 7th, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters when asked about media reports of Raisi's impending visit. Raisi would be traveling to Moscow following an invitation from Putin. And on business, huge crowd besieged banking halls on Monday as customers moved to link their bank verification numbers and national identity numbers to their bank account. This followed the new directive of the banking regulator to the banks on Friday to bar customers who were yet to link their BVN and NIN from having access to their account. CBN said in its new directive that existing customers must ensure all operated accounts and wallets created through agents are fully profiled in the NIBSS iCard and tagged with valid and correct BVN and or NIN. Moving on, the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, Joseph Osanipin, has advised the Auto Sector Skills Council to incorporate advanced technology in the formulation of operational standards for auto mechatronics training in the country. He stated this directive during the recent Sector Skills Council Awareness and Sensitization Workshop for the Northern Zone, jointly organized by NADDC and SSC in Abuja. According to a statement, Onasipin emphasized the importance of adapting to current technological advancements in the automotive sector. He encouraged participants and industry players to upgrade their skills and leveraging the training curriculum and facilities provided by the Council. And now in sports, Sunday Ekpasun, 2003 and All-African Games silver medalist and head coach of the Nigerian under-17 girls, says his team is not getting carried away following their win over Cameroon in the second game of the 2023 Girls Under-17 African Nations Volleyball Championship. Nigeria returned to winning ways on Monday, beating Cameroon 3-1 to record their first win at the ongoing 2023 Girls Under-17 African Nations Volleyball Championship in Abuja. Despite a strong first set on Saturday, Ekpasun's girls lost to Egypt 3-0 in the opening match of the championship. They, however, put up a better display on Monday to progress to the semi-finals of the competition, where they will be facing the same opponent they defeated. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Cricket Federation has released the final roster for the senior women's cricket team with 14 players as well as 2 others on standby for the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup Africa qualifier, which will be played from December 7th to 17th in Uganda. Head coach of the team, Leke Oyede, dropped the final squad after inviting 18 players to camp in one of the Nigeria Cricket Federation's high-performance centers in Benin, Edo State. Longest-serving and most experienced player in the team, Blessing Etim, will lead the team as captain, and she is joined by other familiar names including Sunday Salome, Esther Sandy, Lucky Paiti, Victory Igbenejon, Favor Esegbe, and Christabel Chukunoye, amongst others. And that's it on Global TV News Cycle. We are on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Chidima Javasin, thanking you for watching. I'll see you again.